All right, so episode 3A, divisional round weekend. We got two games today that we're gonna do. We'll do two more tomorrow. First game up, Jags at Chiefs. Line is 9.5. Over under is I gotta double check what that is. I think it's around 48 and a half. Let's see here. 52.
52.
52. So, what do you got? Your Jags.
All right. So with the Jags today, of course, I'm going to go money line. I got them at plus 390. Um, Also got Christian Kirk anytime touchdown scorer. I like Kadarius Toney anytime touchdown scorer. Christian Kirk over 65 and a half receiving yards. Travis Etienne over 70 and a half rush yards. Trevor Lawrence over 251 pass yards. Trevor Lawrence over 1.5 pass touchdowns. We'll do Ingram over 5.5 receptions. Kadarius Toney over 2.5 receptions. And I'm going to play the over 52. And I think the Jags can get away with this one. I think Trevor Lawrence doesn't really have a lot of mistakes today. Kansas City's defense and secondary, I don't think is nearly as strong as who we faced last week. So I think that'll give them a bit of an edge. It's just, can we outscore them in the long run? But of course, I'm going to go with my Jags. But that's what I got today, Brandon.
Yeah, so I only have one bet put in on this game. I am going to go with the Jags to cover them. I got it at 8.5 earlier in the week, so I wish I'd have waited, but I still like the Jags inside that touchdown. I don't know that the Jags win. I think Kansas City probably wins. Shout out Cody Roth, his Chiefs getting it done on his birthday, but
Yeah.
I think the Jags can cover. I think you're right, though. I think the matchup for the Jags is a lot better this week than it was last week on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, it's going to be a challenge defensively to stop Mahomes and Travis Kelce in particular. If I
Right.
could do any props, I'd probably look at Travis Kelce anytime touchdown scorer. I mean, that one seems pretty easy to me. As far as the total, 52 seems outrageous. I think that's way too high. I know both of these teams' offenses are going to throw the ball all around, but we had what was it? Overs went 5-1 last week. Of course, we lost the
Yep.
one on Monday night that was a for sure lock. Brett Mayer missed four extra points. Mike Evans dropped one at the end of the game, but I feel like this one goes under. 52 seems like too much to me. I think the Jags keep it close. I just think Kansas City finds a way in the end. Mahomes doesn't cover spreads all that
He
often.
doesn't.
They win a lot of games, but they're always real close. I think maybe 6 points, 4 points, 3 points, but I don't think they're covering 8.5, let alone 9.5.
Yeah, I believe the matchup that we had earlier in the year, I think it was a 10 point deficit on the Jags end. So not a bad beating, but expecting it a lot closer here today. Maybe three. Of course, I'm looking for the Jags to come out right on this one, but I could see it within three. Like you said, they're both going to throw it. They're going to air it out all game. Um, I'm just really looking for the Jags defense to be, have the upper hand. Maybe they'll outplay KC's defense and that'll give us our edge. I'm thinking all we need is 1, 2 turnovers go in our favor. Trevor Lawrence, don't give up the ball early. And it'll just be a tough fight to the end. But I think the Jags come out on top.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence cannot come out and throw four picks today. I mean, they
No.
would be down 35 nothing real quick, and you're not coming back from 30. You're not getting Mahomes only scoring 3 points in the second half.
Yeah.
I think whoever wins the turnover battle will win the game. So I think if
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence can protect the ball, It gives Jags a great chance to win. If they can force some turnovers on defense, I think that also gives them a good chance to win. So that turnover battle will be key. I still think KC finds a way to get to the AFC Championship, but another Saturday game for Trevor Lawrence, never lost. So
True
we'll see
that.
what happens.
Yep.
All right, night game. We got Giants at Philly. Line is 7.5, I believe.
Yes.
8.
Well, yes. I got it at 8 recently, but yeah, 7.5
Okay,
was
yeah.
yeah.
I got it 7.5 earlier the week. Over under 48.
Yep.
In this one, I like Philly. I know, they had the bye week. They may come out a little rusty, but I think Philly is way too good. I don't think the Giants are as good as we think they are based off of last week. I think Minnesota was a fraud, and that game was really close. It could have gone either way. I think Philly covers this number. I I almost like the over two a little bit, but I'm only going to play Philly. I have Philly minus 7.5. Prop wise, I love Dallas Goddard today.
Mm.
Looking back at last week,
Ah,
Minnesota's tight end just torched the Giants defense. I can't remember his name offhand. Is it Hawkinson?
Hawkinson. Yep,
Yeah,
that's it.
he traded from Detroit, but
Yep.
yeah, he torched them last week. So, and Giants locked up Jefferson real good, so I imagine they're going to take away AJ Brown or Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith.
I think the tight end is a good play. I think rushing Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown probably a good one. Miles Sanders as well.
Yes.
Even was it Boston Scott? I think they run the ball really well today. And then look for the tight end on like third down. So I think Goddard probably scores one today, but I'm going to go Eagles today. So
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've been with the Eagles pretty much all season this year. Since the first 2 games when they opened up, with the insane numbers that they did, I was like, okay, Super Bowl contenders, of course. But last week and in recent weeks, the Giants, I don't know, Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, whatever you call him, he started to impress me. And the 300 yards last week, uh, it's
against
hard to
the
put
worst
that to the
defense in the
side.
NFL.
It's say that again. Sorry.
They're probably against the worst defense in the NFL, but
Yes,
we don't.
yeah, definitely different defense here. Philly has a great defense, especially all of them healthy this week. The really my big takeaway with Philly this week, I think Jalen Hurts will play. I just don't think he's going to be 100%. And he hasn't played in what 3 4 weeks now, so
Well, didn't he play the last week of the season to clinch that number one seed? I thought, or is that not the case? I know, I know. What's his name? Minshew. He played against Dallas when they lost, and then I think he may have played the next week. But I think the last week of the season, I thought Hurts played because they needed a win to clinch number one.
well, no, you might be right. Yeah, he did. He played at least the half.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, downtime, I think he'll have a little bit of rust. The Giants defense has been playing good. I think they'll expose some of that rust, maybe get a turnover off of them. Give the Giants some momentum there in Philly. Um, I have the Giants on the cover. I do have a little bit on the money line. But I do agree with you on the Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown scorer prop. I think that's probably your easiest prop out there. Secondly, with that, you could probably go Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown scorer. Eagles defense is great. Their rush defense isn't as good as that pass defense. So I think Saquon Barkley, coming off a 2 touchdown week, he's coming fresh. So I think he can get in there once. I do like Darius Slayton over 3.5 receptions and over his 44.5 receiving yards. And a sneaky one on the Eagles, you can go Quez Watkins over 1.5 receptions. He should easily get 2 to 3 grabs. He's He's a slot guy, maybe end zone, red zone. He'll get a 3 to 4 targets, I think. So I think it's easy, 2 receptions. And Daniel Jones over 1.5 pass touchdowns.
What is Jones's rushing prop at?
Oh, let me see.
'Cause I think
Actually,
he probably had close to 100 yards last week.
he didn't know. I want to say he had around like 85. So yeah, right there at it. I could honestly see him and Jalen Hurts having both of
Their rushing props hit.
Yeah,
Let's see here. I'm looking on action,
that's
and
where I'm at. 42 and a half.
I like that over. And what was Jalen Hurts
Jalen.
51.5? I like both of
I
those.
like both of those actually. Yeah.
I think quarterbacks run the ball quite a bit in the playoffs, and the same with Trevor Lawrence and Mahomes. I think both of their you'll see them hit their rushing totals as well. So um, I might even like Daniel Jones' touchdown score. I don't think that the Giants are going to throw the ball a lot in this game. I think they're going to run with Saquon. I think there's going to be a lot of, quick reads for Daniel Jones. If it's not there, he's going to take off. So, um,
That's what I was just about to add. I think me and you just talking about this, I think you could definitely take Jalen Hurts and Daniel Jones on those rush yards. I think both of these defenses show up in the secondary package, lock the passing game down, and this turns into a rush. So yeah, both of those quarterbacks like to run the ball. Yeah, I'm with you there. I like that a lot.
all right. So just a quick recap. You're on Jags money line. You're not playing the spread, just straight money line.
Jags just money line, straight
Okay.
up. And I am playing the total as well.
Over 52.
Over 52. Yes.
All
Yes.
right. I'm on Jags plus 8.5. And then you're on Giants plus 8.
Yes. Giants +8 is what I got them at. Playing one unit on the money line, nothing serious. And I'm also playing their over as well.
Okay. And then I'm on Eagles minus 7.5. So
Yep.
we'll check back in tomorrow, see how those picks look, and we'll preview the Bills, Bengals, and 49ers Cowboys game.
Cowboys. Yep.
All right.